Hello, my friends. It's time once again for a story. This is another dating hell story, and the title alone caught my attention. So, this is called "Guy Left Me for Jesus." I have so many questions. So, I had this guy friend, and he was my best friend in my entire world. I could go to this guy for anything, and he would always be there for me. It was an unlikely friendship. I wasn't religious, but was interested in pagan beliefs. I had various books on the subject. I just found it really fascinating, and I still do. He was a Christian who told me that he came from a long line of pastors, priests, bishops, etc. I don't know the difference. I never really cared for the whole Christian faith, and found many of its followers that I had encountered to be some of the worst people I'd ever met. Did I write this fucking story? Regardless, we were best friends. And then we made the stupid decision to start dating. When we started dating, one of my friends warned me because he told her that if we ever started dating, he was going to try and convert me. Uh-oh. I didn't want to believe that because I truly believed he valued me as a person and respected my stance or religion, but remained cautious. Soon into the relationship, he started to distance himself and told me it was because he didn't like the books I had and wanted me to steer clear of paganism. I told him that his religion actually took many of its practices from paganism, so I don't feel like he should judge it so harshly and assume it's evil or something. He disagreed and wanted to end the relationship unless I got rid of all of my books. I was stupid, so I got rid of them all, and I said I'd learn more about his faith so I could understand it more and try to get rid of any harsh feelings I had towards Christians. I studied his faith, and although disagreed with large portions of it, I still tried my best to understand why he followed it so deeply. I even tried to patch things up with his father, who hated me, but his father told me that he'd never have a good relationship with me, and that just being around his son has brought evil into his home. Again, did I write this fucking story? His father had very traditional Christian beliefs, which means he's homophobic, doesn't associate with non-Christians, and he's forced these same ideals onto my boyfriend growing up. He hated homosexuals and believed they were evil until one of his friends came out as gay. He decided that his father was wrong and became more open-minded about things. Because of this, he thought that it was okay to have gay friends, and even friend people who weren't Christians, which is what made our relationship even possible. But unfortunately, it was hard to undo the brainwashing he'd done to him as a child, so he broke up with me. He told me that he believed his task from God was to steer me in the direction of Christianity, but could only take me so far, and now it was up to me to find my own path to God, and that he, in good conscience, could not be with someone who didn't share the same faith as him. He told me that if I see the light and truly find God, then maybe we could salvage our relationship. Oh, brother. He also told me he was going to move to St. Paul to study under his grandfather, who was a minister there, and decide if he should follow that path, as nearly every man in his family had before him. And while there, he also wanted to date many other women because he felt like he lacked experience, and eventually he would settle down with a woman whose faith was as strong as his, and he hoped that maybe it could be me if I could find God. He did not move to St. Paul right away. Instead, he stayed right where he was, and he completely cut all ties with me. A part of me thought that we could at least be friends, but no, I lost my best friend and boyfriend all at once, and then he started pushing homophobic shit again, saying stuff like, "I want all my gay friends to know that I love them, but what they're doing is wrong, and they will go to hell for it, and I hope you could see the light and stop this behavior." Wow, he sounds like a fucking douche. Years later, he moved to St. Paul and seemed to be developing a better mindset. He unblocked me from everything, sent me a long message apologizing for his behavior. We spoke for weeks, and he made me truly think that he was changing for the better, and even told me that he wanted a relationship with me again. He made me want that too, because I truly believed he was becoming a much better person. And that was a lie. He ghosted me out of nowhere for 2 days and then suddenly started posting pictures of him and his new girlfriend. I honestly didn't even feel sad. I think any feelings I was getting were because I just missed our friendship so much and was overwhelmed to have him back in my life. He told me about his new girlfriend and how incredible she is and all that other stuff. She is, though. She's a lovely person, very liberal Christian. He told me that he's happy to be with her and that she's making him a better man. She got him to go to Pride to support her gay friends instead of criticizing them. And I was truly happy for him. So glad that he found a girlfriend who could show him that his father's ways were wrong and toxic, and there were other ways to be Christian. But then he suddenly left his girlfriend and got engaged to someone that his father approved of. Another hardcore gay-hating Christian from our hometown. Lovely. His girlfriend was distraught and came to me for help so she could try to understand why he would do this to her. She also told me that the only reason he resumed our friendship and then gushed about her to me was to hurt me. Wow, what a fucking dick. He thought that by giving me hope about a future together and then taking it away would destroy me. And by telling me that he was doing all the things that he would never do with me with her, then it would hurt me worse. Telling me that he was willing to change for her but not for me would hurt me. And that's all he cared about doing. He never wanted to be friends again. He only came back into my life to hurt me as much as possible. But he didn't. I wasn't hurt. I was proud that he was becoming a better person, which apparently he wasn't. So I comforted his girlfriend, and we figured all this must be because of his father. His father not liking that his son was dating a girl whose Christian beliefs were different and more progressive than his own. A few weeks later, I guess he pulled his head out of his ass because he left his fiancée and tried really hard to distance himself from his father's beliefs. After a few months, his girlfriend decided to forgive him. I was a little disappointed because I believed she deserved better, but all I could do is hope that she is happy and can help him grow. They're married now, and they have a kid. He never apologized for intentionally trying to hurt me, and I'm still not religious. Thank you all for reading another horrible dating experience by me. What the actual fuck? Oh my god, this dude is just a douche to the nth degree. I have no definitions for that level of fucking bullshittery. Although I have seen it before. That's the thing, is I've witnessed this kind of thing before. There's a term which I've heard a lot. I won't say exactly where I've heard it, but it's the idea that if you're a person who has these very hardcore beliefs, you have to be with someone who shares those incredibly hardcore beliefs. Otherwise, you're, and I'm quoting, unequally yoked. Yeah, I mean, fuck you for finding somebody who makes you happy. You need to be as pious and psychotic about your religious beliefs as the person next to you. It doesn't matter if you like each other. That's not the important part. God wants you to be able to scream, much like those Harry Potter stories we've been reading. You gotta scream to the heavens, "Dear Lord, send us breakfast," and shit like that. I don't usually try to talk about religion too much on these, even though it is kind of a thing. I'm a firm believer that anyone who goes too far into any of the extremes for any kind of belief can be an absolute douchebag. It really doesn't matter what your belief is. We all know that if you go too far into the heavily secular world, very atheist, shall we say, you wind up with our friends the neckbeards, with their fedoras and their horrible facial hair and their so much smarter than everybody mentality. They obviously do not represent all atheists. I mean, I'm right here. So that is obviously an extreme. And this is an example of the extreme on another end, the Christian extreme, which there's been a lot of that lately, but it is really bullshit. It is really kind of shitty that this is the level that we're looking at, you know? That this guy, in his desire to be the most pious or whatever, would go out of his way to make someone feel bad. Like, that level, that's just evil. That's what that is. It's just, that's pure and simple evil. it's a lot of things in this one that I can't stand. That whole idea of just like, oh, I'm only talking to you so you can see how much greater I am with this other person, because then I want you to be jealous and mad about it. Well, that's a dick move. That's an absolute dick move, and you're a dick for doing that, yes. But then there's that little throwaway statement there. It's not really a throwaway, but it is a statement. I've heard it many times. I've heard many people with very Christian-oriented beliefs say things like, well, we don't hate the sinner, we just hate the sin. It's like, by that you mean my entire life, though. Because I personally am not a straight person. And whenever someone tells me that, my entire lifestyle is a sin, we're like, well, that's kind of a dick thing to say, don't you think? That's like me saying, hey, I think your entire lifestyle is bullshit, you should just stop doing that. Which is an asshole thing to do. And you'd be called an asshole for saying it. And rightly so at that. Because it is exactly that. So I've seen that little comment a couple times, and I hate it. Also, people can be whatever they want to be. If somebody wants to express their pride in a certain way and it makes them happy, fuck you for not enjoying it. It's a little extreme, and I'm sorry, but I mean, hey, it's their life. They can do whatever the fuck they want. As long as they ain't hurting nobody, that's the way it looks. But this guy is like a special kind of special. I really hope he is doing better, though. Much like, as the OP stated, I really hope that he is growing and becoming a better person. I hope he's not, repeating the mistakes of his father. However, that is also a possibility, so I guess there's really no way of knowing without actually knowing this person. But, at the end of this is where we stand. And, like I said, I love everybody. Just can't stand extremists. Because there's a limit, dude. There's a fucking limit. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have your own story you'd like to send me, or, a story you think I might be interested in, send it to r/Moonhorse Stories. I see it every day, so I'll see it. Maybe it'll get made into a video. Who knows? If you'd like to support this channel so I can keep doing this, I have a Ko-Fi account, and I have a merch store. You can check out those things, all in the description thingy below. It drops down. That's probably why they call it a drop-down box, huh? I'm alright. I'm a professional. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody!